Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and a very good evening to you from the UK. My name is Dr. Madalenechan, and hello to USA Global TV and Radio viewers, and also to E360 TV viewers, as well as LinkedIn, our YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, Amazon Fire, Roku TV and Apple TV as well. I'm sure there's some more, so please do forgive me if I haven't mentioned all of them, but E360 TV viewers especially. Right then, before we go on to explain what we're going to do on the Talking Heads show, which I forgot to say actually, didn't I? Oh my goodness, the Talking Heads show. So my name's Dr. Madalenechan, and I'm going to be with you for about the next 30 minutes. Talking to you on the subject of being led astray by fear. As you can see, I'm very bit choked up here. It's such a delicate subject, is led astray by fear. But before we go on to this week's topic, first of all, I need to clear the energies. And why? Because if you look at life as a frame, each frame with the people that are in there, with the events, with the emotions all in the different frame, we can't take that emotion, those people, that energy to the next frame, because they're in the past now. So now we constantly have to be in the present. So we start a new frame in the present. What we do, we need to clear the energies. So here we have the singing bowl from the Himalayas, from the village of Tibet in the Himalayas. Right, so here's a mallet, and we go, and it emits a frequency because this singing bowl is made of certain alloys and metals that have been made and carved. You see all this? You can see the beautiful design here. I have no idea what it says on the scripture, something about peace and unity and bringing. And then we have the flower, which is the flower DNA blueprint. It's a beautiful singing bowl, and you can buy these on Amazon as well. But it's so special. If you know of someone that's going to Tibet, ask them to buy you a singing bowl, because it's certainly worth it, because that's where the energy is. So here we go. It's emitting a frequency, and what this does, it clears all the stagnant energy. There we go, nicely clear. And go around your house, which is wonderful. Go around the house and go into all the corners, and make sure that you go into the corners to clear all the built up stagnant energy, because energy builds up in corners because there's no place for it to move out. So it gets stuck in the corner. So you need to remove it. Same time, you can look at your chakras, your lower chakras, your root chakra, for example. And if you feel that it's out of alignment and you need to cleanse it, there you go. Put that near your root chakra, just below your belly button. And as you do that, think of the color red. And the red, as the singing bowl is placed at the root chakra, it's cleansing. So the more you think of the red color at the root, it's cleansing, and it's becoming more of a, not a murky red, but it's becoming more of a clear red. Then you can go on to what you call your sacral, which is where all your creativity and sensuality, ladies, oh, not just ladies, but men as well, your sensuality and all your creativity emit from your sacral, which is an orange color, a beautiful, bright orange color. Then we've got what we call your solar plexus. This is called the sun. And this is where all our emotions are contained. Then we've got our heart. Now for the higher part, we've got this mallet, which brings out a higher tone. So you can go around the house with your lower mallet downstairs. And if you have upstairs, I generally go around and I go around like this. I'll go tap it again. And what it does, it's clearing all the ions, the energy. So from the heart, here we go. There's the heart. And the heart is a mixture of green and rose pink color. So what it's doing is clearing. Then we've got what you call the throat chakra, which is here. And this color is a cobalt blue, a beautiful cobalt blue. So it needs to just clear here. Then our next one is here, between the eyes, which is the brow, the third eye. And this is an indigo color, a purple regal color. So it's cleansing. And you just feel so centered. And the last one is the crown chakra up here. And think of a beautiful diamond white color in the shape of a lotus flower. Oh, there you go. So that's what you do to clear. So we've cleared the energy completely because of the topic today, fear. Fear has many different vibrations to it, very dense. So we're talking a very sensitive subject topic. Therefore, we need the energy completely clear. So on top of that, selenite, which is a crystal, like looking like a snow white quartz. I love my crystals. I really do. They're like family to me. And remember, make sure when it's a full moon, put your crystals out because they'll be recharged. Otherwise, they do tend to lose their energy. They lack that light, that luster. So here we go. Just graze it over the screen like this. And then it's nice and clear. Woo! Thank you. You've always got to be grateful and you've always got to say thank you. So I always say thank you to the singing bowl, which I forgot then, but I do when I go around the house and I do my chakra cleanse. Always you say your gratification, being grateful for their gifts, because everything is energy and everything is alive. Nothing is dead. Therefore, we have to respect where that energy is coming from. So we say thank you. So at the same time, I said thank you, give my acknowledgement and thanks to selenite, to my crystal. You can call them names as well, call them pet names, the crystals. Right, so let's go on to everything's all nice and cleared. Now we're going to go on to today's topic. Led astray by fear. It's a very complex topic, and we are going to discuss in many different forms, in different scenarios as well. So, led astray by fear. Fear, number one, fear is when you are not connected to your heart or your inner tuition. When you experience fear, you are cut off from your intuition, your inner knowing, even that gut instinct. You're cut off from that gut instinct, your intuition, because you're inside your head. So you're overthinking. So fear is brought on by literally overthinking a situation, an event that's coming up. You overthink and you fill yourself with fear. You can talk yourself out of it. A lot of people call it self-sabotage. So let's say, for example, you've got a wonderful award ceremony or a book launch, and you're really looking forward to doing these signings for in the shop. So you get yourself all worked up, all excited. Yes, I'm really excited about it. And your heart is bursting and you're going, oh, I'm writing down and I'm imagining all these people there and just signing your books. And it's just a beautiful energy. So on that moment, you're thinking, yeah, that's okay. Okay, I've got 7 days to go. Then suddenly, let's say you get up and you have a bit of a how can I say, not depressing day, but where things are not going right. Suddenly, that feeling of going to, you think about, oh, soon I've got that signing, that book signing to do. Oh, I'm so happy. But because you're in that mind, in that energy of where everything was going a bit wrong that day, then suddenly it's brought to attention. Your ego, your mind brings to attention, not your heart, by the way, it's your mind brings to attention that, oh, remember, you've got 5 days to go before that. Because you are already in that mind shift, you apply that same energy to looking forward to preparing, for the book signing. So all of a sudden you've gone from where, when you first prepared for it, you were so excited, you were feeling and you were feeling through your heart, and you were so looking forward to everything. Everything was so uplifted and wow, you can't wait to tell your friends and everything. Then a few days after, you have that bad day, everything shifts. Suddenly your mind, your ego, your mind brings up, hey, don't forget, because your mind can play tricks, right? So your mind will say, hey, don't forget, you got that book signing. And because your heart wasn't thinking about it, and you weren't even actually thinking about it, but it was brought through, suddenly you end up attaching, oh yeah, am I prepared enough? Oh, is it going to go okay? You attach that energy to it. So all that work that you had for preparation in your heart space, really embracing the upliftment of it, because you are down on that day, what you do is add a lower vibration to it, because that's what the mind does. That's what the ego does. The ego is there to trick us so that we're separated from our inner knowing and our heart intuition, from our inner intuition. So led astray by fear, watch out for that. If you find yourself going, wait a minute, how come I felt like this and now I'm like this? Clear your energy. Clear your energy. And how you can do that is you can either walk the grass barefoot if you're near some grass. If you can't, a very simple exercise. First of all, you breathe in through your nose, out through the mouth. Again, out through the mouth. And then you imagine a beautiful golden bubble around you that's protecting you. And what it does, this bubble, it either can be a bubble that you go into it and it cleanses you. It takes away all the impurities, all the impure thoughts, all the self-sabotaging thoughts. It cleanses it. So you can put a golden bubble or a pillar of golden light going through from your crown chakra all the way down your third eye, your throat chakra, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root chakra, and your earth star, your soul star chakra. So your soul earth star is connected to the womb, the essence of the planetary Mother Earth Gaia. So when you do this, what you do is you're cleansing all your energy so that you are back in alignment with yourself. And so therefore you're functioning from your feeling body, from your heartfelt, heart-based answers, and looking at things from the feeling side rather than overthinking with your mind. Because when you overthink with your mind, you're going to be led astray by fear. Another example would be karmics. Karmics are there that come into our life. Now, karmics are people that have volunteered, by the way, before they actually was birthed here. So they volunteered with their soul contract, because everything is soul contract. So karmics are there to help us, to teach us a lesson. And the reason why they need to do that is so that we can return back to our pure essence, to our inner child, to our inner knowing, to our heart intuition, rather than being led by overthinking with the mind and the ego. So karmics are there to teach us many lessons. It could be in a relationship. It could be in business. It could be in family. Karmics are everywhere. And honestly, they really get a bad reception, really, because we end up judging the karmics. But if it wasn't for the karmics, no matter what the lesson is, no matter how tough, what they practice, it's called tough love. Tough love helps us to become more, to discover our pure love, our soul love. So we require tough love. So let's say the karmic, right? Okay, let's say we've got clay all around us. So no, let me say a sculptor. When a sculptor is preparing something or is molding something, it will chip away at all the unnecessary materials, all the unnecessary parts of the clay to mold and sculpt into perfection. Now, the karmics are what you call the clay. They are the clay. And so they help us to mold our perfect life. So they get quite a bad reception. Like I said, we should be really grateful and thankful for the karmics. Otherwise, we wouldn't become our higher self. We wouldn't become the best version of who we are. For we are here on this earth right now to explore, to express our life through decision making, through our heart-based, to our inner intuition, connected with our mind, but our mind needs to be going seated into the heart. Therefore, heartfelt decisions through the mind, rather than being cut off from the intuition and functioning from just the mind, which is the ego, which is where we have overthinking. Another example of led astray by fear is when you plan to go for something or plan like at the beginning of the year, you plan, okay, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to eat healthy, I'm going to do this and this, and you promise yourself everything because your heart is saying, your heart is connected to the soul, and your heart is speaking, going, yeah, why not address this, and why not do this? Oh, yeah. At that point, because that's happening, and because you're co-creating and expressing with your creation, your mind is actually working. Your mind is actually working with your heart. So at the beginning of the year, our hearts are speaking out with our minds. Gradually, as that time goes along, oh, we didn't happen to go to the gym because this happened and this so and this so and this happened and this happened. That is when you're overthinking, and that's when your ego, that's when your mind is an overreacting and takes you from being in a positive stance, in an upliftment stance, raising your vibration, creation with your heart and your mind. It takes you to a place of being cut off from your heart, from your intuition, and you go into that overthinking. And when you go into that overthinking, you'll end up going round and round in circles, and something else will come along that will distract you. Something else will come along, and to the point where your mind will be overthinking, it will be attracting the disruptions, the distractions, to stop you from fulfilling your heart-filled purpose. Because creation is when you're in your heart. Creation is when you're at play. You play when you're creating a project or creating a book or cooking, walking, sports. When you're creating, writing, art, when you're creating with love. You create from the heart, which is the love, with the intelligence of your mind. So another thing is, you're led astray by your fear. The mind overthinks, and therefore you're filled with fear because you go, oh, it's too late now. Oh, you find excuses. So when you're led astray by fear, your mind finds excuses because it's too much overthinking. Now, what's really necessary is when you're in your creative process, and from your thought into your heart, put onto paper or you type it out, you're doing a template, you're doing the model life, you're doing the model project. So that's love. But then when you start to do the marketing, and you have to do repetition of marketing fills one with fear, because you had the happiness of creating that project. But then when it comes to going out and selling it and marketing, then it's out of your control, because it's about other people's opinion, having your worth out there, selling what it's worth. What will they get out of it? Now, when you think of this, when it's out of your control, it's natural to have overthinking, because it hasn't worked that way with marketing. Then you start overthinking. And again, that's when your mind goes, your ego comes in, and then you've got distraction. And then you end up going in a deep rabbit hole if you're not awakened to this and change your mind shift, because everything is energy. Led astray by fear is also in relationships. When, let's say, guys or even girls, women, men and women, who treat people like they're options. Yeah, I had that experience actually a couple of times with boyfriends. And I thought I was the only one, but no, I was an option. So I was an option where they were going out with me, but they were on the lookout for something better, maybe something younger, maybe something with a hot body. Someone with a hot body, someone who has more interests. That's not so you got to be careful, because there's people out there that just regard relationships as options. Now, that's led astray by fear, isn't it? I wonder, who is the one that's in fear? Is it the one that's treating the person as the option? Or is it the person that's receiving the treatment of being treated as an option? Strange, isn't it? I wonder. I really wonder. Of course, the person that's being treated as an option is going to feel they're not good enough, because that person has made them feel they're not good enough, even though they haven't actually said the words to them. Through their actions and through their attention, they're showing very clearly what the true intention is behind it. Now, the interesting one is, why would the person who's treating someone, not just someone, but others, as an option, almost like going shopping and going, oh no, I want to try this, I want to try that, I want to get the best one, I want to get the best one. The problem is, if you're always looking out for the best one, you're always looking for the future. Therefore, if you're not in the present and not looking around, you miss out the special gems. You miss out that person who may not be the model looks, who may not be the youth, but has some special qualities about them. So they're led astray by fear. And they're led astray by fear because they're constantly looking for something new, because then they feel unsatisfied, because they don't know what they want. Therefore, they have to keep on treating people as options. So that's led astray by fear. So the next time someone treats you as an option, just know that person's life is led by their fear. Isn't it interesting? So in actual fact, us as a human collective consciousness in the 3D illusion, the matrix, as we say, and we all can say that now because we're in the golden age. So we have fear-based, fear-mongering. We have truths that are not full truths. Therefore, it's based on fear. Therefore, it's emanating fear. It's resonating with fear. And more people, conglomerate, attach to the fear. And so it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger to colossal. And it's like, where does it stop? Where it stops is by you being aware. When you have shifted into that low vibration of fear. Now, low vibration of fear is when you start to self-sabotage, when you start to go within and you start judging yourself. When you think you're not good enough for this, and you haven't got this, and you haven't got this body, you haven't got this, you haven't achieved the perfect life, the perfect finance. You start judging. How you conquer it? It's very, 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 very simple. Number one, you have to be grateful for what you have in your life, because there is someone else out there in the world that doesn't have what you have, has much less. Therefore, every day you have to be grateful for what you have. You put out your visions, what you want to achieve, from the present, and then you let the universe, with what you desire and require, will work its magic, but will only work its magic if you are in your childlike essence, if you are in your heart, the mind connected to the heart. If you are drenched in low vibrational fear, your manifestations will not will not manifest in its full capacity, in its full glory. You might get half of it. You might get a quarter of your dream, but you won't get the fullness, the full shine of it, the full sunshine of it. You'll get a little bit of rain. You get the blinds covering. You get shadows, in other words. So we're all work in progress. And we just have to know when we are doing self-sabotage, when someone else is giving us advice. Now, when someone is giving you advice, you do need to be in your heart, because your heart has a response, almost a response that can have truthful discernment. So it can decipher the truth from the BS, from the exaggeration. Because sometimes you get people that exaggerate their business, even that might change their looks completely with AI. They may be in their 40s or 50s, but with AI, they're like 20, 21. And that's okay. That's all right. But it's not good for business, because when you think you're going to meet someone that's 21, but even though 40, but they look 21, you meet them and you go, oh my goodness, I didn't even recognize you. We are all wanting to have masks, whether masks of looks, masks of competence, masks of unhealthy addictions. Now, led astray by fear, this is a big one, is our unhealthy addictions. Once your addiction becomes habitual, that is when you're led astray by fear. That is when your mind is taking over rather than your heart and soul. So how you connect with your heart and soul is you need to have breathing space. You need to go into hermit mode once a day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, build it up. Because this world is getting so chaotic, but at the same time, it's beautiful as well, because it was always there, but it's been brought now to our attention. It's been brought up to cleanse. So we're all in this cleansing and purification to become more crystalline, to become a lighter body, because the golden age is about peace, harmony, fulfillment, abundance. Now, we can't have any of that until the collective consciousness is cleared by at least 51%. A while ago, a long time ago, in the ancients of ancients, one had to clear their karma by 81% on this earth to become a true master. It's changed, because everything changes. It's 51%. So really, we've won already. The light, the love, the golden age has won already. But what's happening is transmuting all the shadows, all the lower energies, transmuting back to source, to cleanse, to purify. So no more masks. I don't have a script at all. I always tell Dr. Jacqueline, the producer and the chief of operations of USA Global TV and Radio, I always let her know that the title hours before, because that's how I receive from the universe, from my higher consciousness as well. Life is meant to be not so hard as what we've made it out to be. Let's try to be in our heart. Let's try to look at things. Let's loosen up and lighten up. and try not to get so carried away with the distractions of the outer world. Yes, by all means, listen to the news, but don't take it on. Don't take it on. Listen and do something else. Life is about a balance, a perfect balance in everything. So light and shadow needs to be a balance at the moment because we are transmuting. And that's where we're at. So we need to celebrate all the great work we're doing. And celebrate and be thankful for our karmics. Be thankful for the unhealthy addictions, because we've had to go through that to realize what we don't want to do, what we don't want to experience, what we don't want to feel, what we don't want to poison ourselves with. It's all part of the whole. It's all part of the learning wheel. It's the university of life. Start with your heart. Follow by your heart. Listen to the inner nudgings, and you will have those nudgings. You will have signs from the angels, numbers, colors, a song that keeps on repeating, but you're going to miss all these signs if you're constantly either in the past or you're in the future. You've got the past anxiety and the future anxiety. So stay in the present, because that's when you will experience the beautifulness of life. And if things are not going well, you will be so in that present moment, you will be aware of where your energy is shifting. How powerful is that? All right, my name's Dr. Madalene Chan. I've thoroughly enjoyed sharing with you the topic, Led Astray by Fear. Please do contact me on my LinkedIn. And I'm here to help you bring out your creative genius and help you, your soul, your heart, so you can have that childlike essence and become all you can be. And just learn and learn to have a nice, balanced life. Remember, abundance isn't just money. Abundance is abundance in relationships, abundance in your gifts that you've been given, whether the gift of seeing, the gift of extra hearing, the gift of touch, feel, extrasensory, telepathic, but I will talk about telepathic on another episode, another topic. All right, thank you so much. And now, USA Global TV and radio viewers, E360 TV viewers, and everyone else, and now we leave you with our sponsors. I'll see you next time on Talking Heads. Bye-bye.
USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents our partner and sponsor, Mr. Philip Sykes and the British School of Excellence. Building confidence, changing lives. And now, proudly presenting the Polished Professional.
On a transformative journey with the British School of Excellence's comprehensive suite of masterclasses, crafted to elevate your professional and personal life. 8 outstanding modules will elevate you to the next level. Module 1, Exploring Life's Purpose, delves into the depths of self-discovery, guiding you to chart your unique path to fulfillment and success. Module 2, Mastering Professional Presence and Confidence. This masterclass is a deep dive into the art of self-assurance and commanding presence, which is essential for standing out in today's competitive landscape. Module 3, Learn the Secrets of Visual Impact, how to curate a personal style that amplifies your professional brand. Module 4, Mastering Professional Etiquette and Communication Excellence, navigating the nuances of corporate interaction with grace and tact. Module 5, Elegance in Eloquence. We impart powerful techniques to captivate and persuade any audience with your oratory skills. Module 6, Unlock the potential of your emotional intelligence, EQ, and harness the ability to connect, empathize, and lead with emotional savvy. Module 7, Mastering DISC, building a gateway to understanding behavioral styles, fostering better personal and professional relationships. Module 8, Mastery in Dining Etiquette. building your confidence to perfect the subtleties of dining with finesse, enhancing your social savviness at any table. Step into the Polished Professional program where poise, elegance, and excellence aren't just taught, they're instilled for life. Join us to redefine your potential and polish your professional edge.
To learn more, go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. The British School of Excellence are investors in people. Let us invest in you.
My name is Dr. Felix Kravitz, and I am the founder of cybersecurityeasy.com, LLC. We live in a world full of vulnerabilities and cyber risks. We spend almost 4.5 hours a day on our mobile phones. It's over 7 hours of screen time daily when including computer use. We often forget that this convenience comes with risks. Published data predicts that the cost of cybercrime will exceed $10.5 trillion in 2025. These numbers encompass not only businesses, but also each one of us, including our children and our parents. In 2023, the FBI reported over $3.4 billion lost by seniors aged 60 and older. Cybersecurityeasy.com LLC's initiative is to massively support the community by providing cyber safety coaching and improving social engineering awareness. Our goal is to make social engineering concepts of cybersecurity easier to understand. We work with business teams, seniors, and educational institutions, both individually and in groups. We cover various topics from phone phishing attacks to AI-generated voice cloning, robocalls, password protection, and more using life examples. Talk to us today. Call us at 847-845-9360 or email us at info@cybersecurityeasy.com.